Forex Fortune Hunters, Tom Wilmot speaking once again. If you are just a beginning Metatrader trader, Forex is your game. If you are an experienced trader, we have some helpful hacks for you. We want you to be able to seamlessly and effortlessly move around that Metatrader platform. And in today's video, we have 3 more hacks that are designed to help you do just that. So let's get started. Hey guys, in the first video in this series, Metatrader Hacks, we did 6 hacks. It turned out to be a little long. It was about 10 minutes, and I think you'll find it helpful. But in this particular video, the second in the series, we're just going to add 3 more tips and tricks. We have 2, the second 2 on our screen here, are going to be a little bit longer, so I thought I'd cut them in half and spare you some long harangue. Anyway, here we go. The first one we're going to talk about is scrolling the chart in Metatrader, and that can be kind of a nuisance. Those 2 icons at the top are confusing for beginners, so we'll get an investigation of that going. Then the next thing we're going to do is take a look at Marketwatch and add a new currency pair to a current template. You can go up to File and New and add a currency pair with a new chart entirely, but this is just an alternative I think you should know about. Excuse that croaky voice. The third thing that I really think that you'd be interested in is in the drawing tools area, Fibonacci retracement levels that we use, and we'll get into a whole Fibonacci gig later on. It's a tremendously helpful advance for us in Forex trading. But in the meantime, in this particular shorter hack, what we're going to show you is how to add the numeric price data to the Fibonacci retracement levels. So with that, and please watch us all the way through and sign up for fxfortunehunter.com if you're interested in more detailed information in a written format. Please subscribe to our channel or like these videos, and we'll be happy to try to do more. Also, if you have comments or have some questions about Metatrader, feel free to put those down below, and we'll try to get to those and respond with additional information over the coming days. Let's get started again. Now that we're on our Metatrader chart platform, let's take a look and set the stage here. We chose quite a different pair this afternoon, a fast mover, the pound odd, a 5-minute chart, and it's today, which is Tuesday, the 5th of February, and we're interested to see this kind of motion on our chart. You may notice that if you are a reader of our book, the Zealander Fly Trap Forex Trading System on Amazon, the mighty price of $3.99, with videos about all the illustrations. Well, anyway, you'll notice that the Zealander Fly Trap signal line here is noted. This is the indicator we programmed about 3 years ago that's worked very well for us. This is the signal line as well, and this is the up signal line down below here. We also have in this particular template the RSI with our 45-55 band. We have also, if we back this up a little bit, we can see that we had a down motion here from this one from the previous Asian session. And we had a little pullback in the London session, and down we go. But that's not the topic of discussion right now. What I wanted to show you in this one, in the hacks department first, is this notion up here, this scroll bar business. It drives everybody crazy. Now, if you move around the chart like this, the first thing you need to know is if you click on this icon, this is the shift end of chart from the right border icon, catchy phrase. Anyway, we click on it, it brings it back. If we click on it again, it brings it back, and it gives you some space on this side of the chart that you can just use to free up your brain, okay? Now, the difference between this icon and this icon is as follows. If we click on this icon and we try to go backwards in time, if there is a trade, you can see that automatically what's happening, it's automatically As soon as there's a trade, slinging it backwards and pinning it in that position. So if you want to go back in time and check your chart and see what's going on in the history section, you have to turn this one off, and then you can move back freely, okay, and see what the price action looked like in previous sessions. Okay. Once again, here on our chart also, these vertical lines here are, this is the day over line from Metatrader for sure, and remember we can get that by going down into the properties section and finding out how to clean that out of here. Number 2, we have our London session, which we programmed in our own individual indicator, and then our US session, which started here. We have it timed at 7 a.m. Boston time. Once again, to see those, you'd come right-click, indicator list, and we'd be in a position where with the Wilmot signals, that's this one right here, and also with the session times here, and you can edit any of those as you see fit. That's a review from our video before the first one in the series. Okay, so now, and also when I was right here, let me show you what we did here. Here was our properties line, and if you wanted to do something with the grid, we could turn that on and or off, and you could also turn off or on your period separators. We're going to come back to the issue of colors and so forth in our third video in the series, when we talk about one really cool hack for printing old reports and old charts. Okay, so now we're here and we have finished this scroll bar discussion. Let's move on to number 2. We want to view Marketwatch, and we're going to add a new currency pair to the current template. Okay, so we've got the pound odd now. If, of course, you want to go here, notice that down along the bottom border are all the other charts that I have on board. All of these charts can be added to the line by simply coming up to the File menu, clicking on New Chart, and then choosing, and this is forex.com, choosing from the selection of charts that you have available to you. If you do it this way, what happens, let's see, we've got CAD JPY right here. That will actually give us a 1-hour chart in a brand new chart template, chart format. Notice it's listed now down here below. If you ever want to get rid of those, all you have to do is click on this like that. Now what I'm going to show you is, suppose we have this new template up. This is our template, the GIMA template that we shared last time, new GIMA. Okay, we have this template on the wall. Now we come over to the View menu, and we take a look at Marketwatch, this tab right here. Click on it. Now let's try to find that, what was that one we were looking at before? It was odd CAD or some crazy thing like that. Let's take this one right here. It's right up at the very top of the chart. Notice that we've got this, and we can drag it right on, and it automatically changes from that pound odd chart to the new one that we've selected, odd CAD. If we wanted to just check quickly and see how these charts were doing on our template, come back over here using our scroll bar again. Okay, and we're going to leave this one on now, so it'll all be left-hand adjusted. Now we could come and we could choose Canadian JPY. If we left-click and hold, drag out onto the map, you can see that right now CAD JPY 5-minute has come up on the screen with all of our things. Now you may have to just reset the template in order to get it cleaned up and changed, because obviously some of the lines may have repainted. But all you then would have to do is to take a look at Euro Swiss. Off we go, and then we come back up over here and we click New GIMA again, and off we go to the races. Notice we had a nice trade here. We came up through. We have a white arrow here. We have a push higher into the US session, pull back, no risk almost at all, and we can go from here up into this area for a 10-pip quick scalp early in the US session. Okay, so that's how we use this section in the Navigator Let's open it again just to be sure you see it. We come to the Marketwatch in Navigator. Then we have all of these, Euro JPY. Let's check that one out. Off we go over here, and sure enough, it changes on the fly. If it needs to be repainted or redesigned or repulled up, it's no big deal. There you go, and then you can always click it over and move it so that it's convenient for you. It's a very easy way to keep track of all of those charts that you have on your watch list. Okay, and finally, what we're going to do is take a look at another one of the indicators that are over in the drawing tools section, because this is a hack that you may also be interested in. I'm going to go down here, take a look at the euro against the USD. I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to clean up the screen a little bit. And we're going to just take a look at this one right here, just clean up the screen. Okay, now we have a screen that we're interested in and it isn't cluttered. Let's move back in time and see if we can get a nice section here. When you have the Fibonacci tool, which is this retracement tool right here, we're going to get into a full Fibonacci video in upcoming weeks because it's so helpful in terms of selecting your targets and seeing where you are in terms of the overall stress of trading the Forex. But bottom line is, if you click on this tool, you move on to the chart, you can see right here that this is a peak, and then we had a thrust and a swing to the downside, and we're going to pull it right down to here. So we left clicked and we pulled down. Notice that we came back right up to the 618. And over here, we had a move down into, today even, down into the 1618 extension. Now let's take a look and let's move this over just a little bit. By the way, with Fibonacci Tool and Metatrader, if you hook onto this, it will automatically tag to the point of the chart that you're interested in. So that's a nice feature in Metatrader. But if you want to widen this out a little bit so you can see better, just kind of align it so it's hooked with that one, but you move it out over here. Notice that what happened here was we came down, we touched the 127, we pulled back, and then we thrust downward again. Now what often happens here, I'll go down here, I'll show you in another, as I said in another video, they could be headed down to the 2 times area here, but that's not the purpose. Here we go. Let's take a look at what we're saying here. I'm going to move this over so you can see it more clearly in the middle. What we'd like to do when we come into this Fibonacci area with this particular hack, we're going to click on here, right click on that dot, or right click on this dot, and we go to Fib Properties. Okay? Now what I'd like you to notice is that each one of the levels in the Fibonacci, whether it's 0.38 or halfway or 1618 or an extension like this one, what I've done here is I've added something. And basically it's a percentage sign and a dollar sign after a space. So in the 50% area, this percentage sign and dollar sign are interesting to us, because if you add those in and then click OK, what happens here is as follows. You can see that in its microscopic type, in that 50% area, 1.1437, and so it gives you the numeric value that you'd be looking for as you're trying to figure out where to place your stops or where is your target profit. So if you were to come down into the 1618, and we wanted to do that here, let's go to the 1618, 50 properties. We'll come down to this area right here, and we'll say here, that's the reverse. Hang on one sec. This one right here. As I said, we'll get closer to this next time. We'll add in a percentage and then a dollar sign. And we'll click OK. And now we can see, click OK, OK. Now we can see here that this 1618 extension has been added, and that value is down at 114.07, which means it takes $1.14 and 7 pips to buy a euro at the 1618 extension. Okay, guys, I hope those 3 hacks are helpful. I'll cut it off now. We'll look forward to finishing up our series of 12 with the next video, 3 for if you subscribe to this channel. and hit the alarm bell down in the bottom of the YouTube area. You'll be able to get an alert when that video gets published. And I hope you enjoy it. Hope you'll like these videos. And please leave a comment, if you will, to ask what other questions there might be about trading that Metatrader platform. Now it's time to get some pips.